was a little bit in years past. But when Caitlin Clark has become the Caitlin Clark we loved and we've grown to see, Caitlin Clark has the ball in her damn hands, bro. Caitlin Clark has the ball in her hands, and she said verbatim herself that they run a read and react offense. You know what that is? The ball's in Caitlin's hands. Now, there has been a large speculation that Caitlin Clark pretty much wants to go to New York and play with Sandy Barnadello and the gang. And I'm here to tell you, it's speculation, but hell, after she traded Cheryl.
Sophie Cunningham's public statements have drawn considerable focus to the Indiana Fever's scoring difficulties and tactical challenges. The experienced player spoke openly with media members, sharing frank assessments of the team's current framework and the modifications required when Caitlin Clark returns to active play. Cunningham's comments highlighted a core problem that has affected the organization all season long: the necessity for strategic adaptability depending on which players are available. Her observations indicated that the current motion-based attack shows promise during Clark's unavailability but needs total reconstruction when the standout player returns to the roster. These insights surfaced during a media session where Cunningham answered inquiries about team reliability and performance differences. When questioned about managing various lineup combinations, she stressed that Clark's involvement requires a completely different method of offensive implementation.
Cheryl Reeve for Sandy is looking like she definitely want to go to New York because New York got the style of offense where Caitlin Clark could shine. Her and Sabrina will be the Splash Sisters. I can see it now. Clay and Steph 2.0. Guys, if Caitlin Clark can somehow get herself to New York, they're three-peating. I said this in the video before. I said this time and time again. They're going to be the 96 Bulls, bro. No one's going to beat them.
This recognition represents a notable confession regarding the coaching staff's strategic preparation and adjustment skills. The veteran forward's viewpoints correspond with wider disapproval that has surrounded the team's offensive approach. Numerous experts have supported a reactive system that would better harness Clark's facilitating skills and court awareness. This methodology would position the ball in Clark's control more often, enabling her to manage tempo and generate chances for colleagues. Cunningham's declarations also exposed internal disappointments within the organization concerning unreliable performance and lost chances. She admitted that the team has shown remarkable abilities during specific periods, but finds difficulty sustaining that standard across complete contests.
They're going to beat them. They're going to break all of the records. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be legendary. But at the end of the day, those are dreams. And the reality of the situation is that Caitlin Clark is stuck in Indiana for some years, dog. And I'm here to tell you, they have to fix this offense. And I'm not the only one that feel this way because, like I stated, Sophie Cunningham does as well. Now, she spoke with reporters today and put the nail in the coffin. We are about to react to this. Let me get.
These variations have led to unsatisfactory outcomes and increasing pressure on the coaching personnel. The conversation addressed rumors about Clark's future with the organization, including possible attention from other teams. Some commentators have proposed that New York would offer a superior match for Clark's abilities, especially considering their offensive structure and current roster. The theoretical combination with players like Sabrina Ionescu has created substantial conversation among supporters and media experts. Nevertheless, contractual commitments guarantee that Clark stays with Indiana for the immediate future, making systematic enhancements crucial for the organization's achievement. The coaching staff encounters growing pressure to create strategies that optimize their star players' influence while preserving team unity and competitive equilibrium.
About to react to this. Let me get this press conference pulled up, guys, because like I say, this one right here definitely is one of the ones.
How does Caitlin specifically, do you think, handle that?
I have no idea. You got to ask her. That girl's brain is different, so that's all on you.
It seems kind of halfway through the season, you guys are still experiencing some inconsistency, whether it be on and off the court. Obviously, rosters change too. Just what do you think going forward you guys need to do to get some consistency?
Man, I think that
Cunningham's position as a veteran leader became another significant subject during the media conference. She accepted responsibility for sustaining team solidarity and offering emotional steadiness during difficult periods. This leadership role becomes especially vital when confronting hardship or dealing with reliability problems. The team's forceful playing style has fluctuated considerably throughout the season, with clear distinctions between contests with and without Clark in the lineup. During Clark's unavailability, the team showed heightened intensity and physical involvement, qualities that appeared to decrease following her comeback. This trend creates questions about role clarification and tactical understanding within the existing framework.
Man, I think that everyone saw that we kind of got some flow when Kate was hurt and our offense was clicking. But now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much.
Y'all heard her. She said we got to have a new offense when Caitlin's in there. So basically, Sophie Cunningham is saying, you know what, Stephanie White, your damn motion offense worked when Caitlin ain't here, but when Caitlin's here, we need something else, dog. We need something new because this ain't it.
To the game, and so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want to.
Cunningham addressed these worries by highlighting the significance of sustaining competitive energy regardless of lineup arrangement. She emphasized that winning teams must show reliable effort and aggression while adjusting to different personnel groups and game circumstances. The shooting difficulties mentioned during the media conference emphasized another concern area for the organization. Weak shooting statistics have contributed to offensive ineffectiveness and placed extra pressure on defensive execution. Cunningham recognized that the team has adequate offensive ability to perform better but must implement more reliably. Mental readiness and physical fitness appeared as extra elements affecting team performance.
The game, and so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now. We know what the potential of this team can be, but we can't think about that. You really have to take day to day and stuff that worked here, we need to carry it over to tomorrow's game. We have a lot of games coming up, and I think like 7 days or whatnot. And so it's mentally making sure that we're good. It's physically making sure we're getting recovery, making sure we're taking care of our bodies off the court. But we're trying to figure it out. And I think you guys see it. I think we're all a little frustrated. We're trying to figure out what's clicking, what's not clicking, what works for us defensively. But at the end of the day,
the condensed schedule and travel requirements of professional basketball generate challenges that need proper handling and preparation. Cunningham stressed the significance of maintaining concentration and energy throughout the challenging season. The remarks about being frustrated and needing motivation exposed the emotional condition of the team and their resolve to improve. This dissatisfaction comes from understanding their capability while failing to reach reliable results. The veteran player suggested that this anger might function as inspiration for enhanced performance going forward. Cunningham's admission that the team functions like different squads depending on Clark's availability highlights the systematic problems facing the organization.
Not clicking what works for us defensively, but at the end of the day, I think what we can hang our hat on is not getting outworked, making sure that we're the aggressors, making sure that we're getting boards, controlling what we can control. And I think we need to do a better job at that. And if we can do that, I think stuff offensively will open up for us.
Do you feel like that's part of your role, I guess, when it comes to aggression, grit, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just making sure our energy is where it needs.
Now, real quick, we have seen the team be more aggressive. When they played Minnesota, they was real aggressive.
Winning franchises usually maintain reliable identity and approach regardless of individual player availability, suggesting that Indiana must create more thorough tactical flexibility. The defensive elements of team performance also received focus during the discussion. Cunningham emphasized manageable factors like effort, communication, and rebounding as areas where the team can make immediate improvements. These basic elements often decide game results and provide stability during offensive struggles. The timeline worries mentioned by Cunningham reflect the urgency surrounding the team's circumstances. With limited contests remaining before playoff positioning becomes critical, the organization faces pressure to implement changes quickly while maintaining team chemistry and confidence.
We have seen the team be more aggressive. When they played Minnesota, they was real aggressive. So much that reporters was talking about it. When they played Las Vegas, they was super duper aggressive. I don't know if the aggressive nature left because Caitlin came back, but whatever the case may be, they're not looking very aggressive right now as a team. They just ain't, bro. I don't know what needs to change, but at the end of the day, something has to be done with this basketball team and finding ways to close out these games and get
The veteran's remarks about roster makeup and continuity highlight another challenge facing the organization. Frequent personnel modifications can disturb team chemistry and require constant adjustment periods. Building sustainable success requires both talent acquisition and system stability. Cunningham's viewpoint as an experienced player provides valuable understanding into the team's internal dynamics and challenges. Her readiness to address these matters publicly shows leadership and dedication to organizational improvement. However, converting these observations into concrete results remains the primary challenge for the coaching staff and front office.
Are completely bamboozled by the free agency signings, and we thought that we were going to be playing a fast-paced style. Clearly, the first domino was Sophie Cunningham when she goes, "I'm really excited to play with the Fever. We're playing a motion offense where everyone gets to handle the ball and we all get to create." Like, that was kind of the first thing, the first red flag that people kind of ignored.
The discussion ultimately reinforces the need for strategic development within the Indiana Fever organization. While talent exists within the roster, maximizing that potential requires tactical sophistication and adaptability that matches the caliber of personnel available. Cunningham's remarks serve as both acknowledgement of current limitations and a call for necessary changes moving forward. The Indiana Fever's organizational difficulties this season originate mainly from management choices rather than coaching restrictions. Stephanie White functions within her established boundaries, recruiting veteran players, implementing traditional basketball systems, and maintaining conservative offensive approaches. The front office chose White knowing her tendencies, making criticism of her methods somewhat misplaced.
Flag that people kind of ignored. And then there was a lot of Stephanie White playing Caitlin off the ball, and I have an entire discussion. I'm like, if Caitlin Clark playing off the ball meant a whole bunch of different actions, being able to use her gravity, cutting more, and then getting the ball in positions that she can do stuff off one or two actions, then like, it'd be one thing. But I said that if it's just running the same.
The roster building and strategic direction revealed deeper organizational confusion. Initial expectations suggested a fast-paced, dynamic system, but early warning signs emerged during free agency. Sophie Cunningham's remarks about a motion offense where every player handles the ball and creates opportunities hinted at the egalitarian approach that would follow. Early worries about Clark playing off-ball positions proved accurate. Effective off-ball usage requires diverse actions, gravitational advantages, cutting opportunities, and positioning for quick decision-making. Instead, the organization recycled repetitive quick-hit plays from previous seasons, limiting Clark's impact and creativity.
But I said that if it's just running the same almost quick hitters over and over and over again, like they did last year, then that's not good for Caitlin Clark playing off the ball. However, that's all they're doing. They're doing the same actions over and over again. We got bamboozled. And clearly, DeWanna Bonner, you can hear from some of the interviews that it's, if you put the pieces together, this is what it seems like. Again, we don't know anything, but from putting the pieces together, it seems like DeWanna Bonner was basically told, "We're playing your game. We're playing around you."
The Dana Evans situation demonstrates organizational priorities. Evidence suggests Evans received assurances about offensive centrality, with Clark expected to complement rather than lead. Clark and other players were positioned as facilitators designed to create opportunities for established veterans.
Caitlin's job is to fit in and play around you. Caitlin and Leah are there to get you open shots. Like, it seems like that's what they're being told. Natasha Howard's talking about wanting to win MVP. Like, I would say she was told, "Look, you guys are the offense. You know, these young players couldn't get it done or can't get it done. So for the next year, we're building around you guys." Kelsey clearly is being told to go ISO. Like, if you watch Kelsey Mitchell play in China,
extended ball handling dramatically reduces her efficiency, yet the current system encourages isolation plays that exploit her weaknesses rather than her strengths. Howard's shot selection remains problematic regardless of system or team. Her tendency toward difficult attempts characterized her time in Dallas and continues with Indiana. The organization signed her based on outdated perceptions rather than current performance levels. A troubling pattern emerges regarding organizational priorities. Management appears focused on using Clark's popularity to elevate the franchise while simultaneously minimizing her individual prominence.
She'll play in China. Watch how well she played in China and watch how few dribbles she takes. Kelsey Mitchell, if Kelsey Mitchell takes more, every dribble past one from Kelsey Mitchell probably halves her field goal percentage. Like, Kelsey Mitchell is, when she takes more than one dribble, she's terrible. Like, she's a terrible offensive player. She makes bad decisions, and unless there's the odd game where she's making circus shots. Natasha Howard is a circus.
This approach mirrors broader league strategies that proved counterproductive. The narrative emphasizing team depth beyond Clark reflects organizational insecurity about their star players' impact. Articles emphasizing team depth and veteran leadership suggest deliberate attempts to redistribute attention away from Clark's contributions. This strategy misunderstands fan loyalty and attendance patterns. Clark's transformative impact on franchise success cannot be overstated.
Is a circus shot taker. She is a circus shot taker. And it is what it is. Like, she plays the same way. No matter what, she played the same way for the Dallas Wings. She was they signed her off the back of 2 years as an empty stat player. And then they are like, you know what, talking about her like she was still the same player she was when she was a champion. But look, she is what she is. She is what she is.
The team's first balanced record in a decade directly correlates with her presence. Historical precedents exist. The Cleveland Cavaliers experienced similar star-dependent success with LeBron James without attempting to diminish his role or share spotlight duties. The organizational approach differs significantly from successful star-driven franchises. While Cleveland promoted James alongside supporting players, they never mandated equal representation or diluted his individual brand. Indiana's strategy forces Clark to share promotional opportunities and media appearances with teammates who lack comparable drawing power.
She is what she is. But yeah, it's all around just a bad situation. And I saw a post, and like, obviously it was an opinion post, and basically it was saying that the front office, the only thing they care about is, I don't even know who ended up writing it, but the gist of it is that the priorities of the front office are to try to use.
The WNBA's previous approach toward Clark provides the blueprint Indiana now follows. League officials initially attempted to promote alternative players while downplaying Clark's influence, believing her popularity would diminish naturally. This strategy failed as Clark's appeal remained constant, creating tension between league promotion and fan preferences. Indiana's front office has adopted this failed approach internally. Rather than learning from the league's mistakes, they've implemented similar strategies within their organization.
Try to use Caitlin Clark to build up the fever to the detriment of Caitlin Clark. Like, again, we saw articles about there's more to the fever than Caitlin Clark. And it seems like their tactic is, you know what the WNBA did last year? When it's like, we're trying to, to the detriment of Caitlin Clark, we're going to go anti-Caitlin Clark and everything. But we're going to do, by doing that, we're...
The goal appears to be preparing for decreased Clark popularity while building alternative attractions. The coaching system worsens these problems through its egalitarian philosophy. Every starting player except Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham believes they serve as the primary offensive option. Aaliyah Boston, Clark, Mitchell, and Howard all operate under this assumption, creating confusion and inefficiency. Even bench players like KK Timpson adopt this mentality when playing.